And we have the final battle of this week. We have the Storm Watchers taking on the... Jeez, oh Pete. This is a handful of a freaking name. I have to pull it up. Give me like 2.5 seconds. The Heartless-Homeless Honeybuns. Whew, that is a handful of a name. So, yeah, just like the last video that was just uploaded, I have not seen this one yet. You're going to see my live reactions as well as commentary throughout the battle. So, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Feel free to check out all the content creators in the description below. And, yeah, enjoy the battle. Okay, so we have team preview here. We got the Politoed, Tornadus, Regieleki, Inteleon, Mousehold, and Iron Bundle for the Storm Watchers. And then for the Honeybuns here, we got Meowscarada, Sandy Shocks, Dragapult, Jirachi, Galarian, Articuno, and Serena. So let's get this battle going. Oh, I lied. We'll fast forward it a little bit. Now we'll get the battle going. Alright, so Articuno lead. And the shiny Inteleon. Great shiny, must say. So the Galarian Articuno is Psychic Flying. All pretty solid moves. Which one is he going to go for? The Ice Beam, Dark Pulse. Goes for the Ice Beam, turn 1, first try. Does over half. And, oh my god, a freeze. Oh my lord, a freeze. I don't want to offend anybody. So that's a rough turn 1. Articuno taking 2/3 of its health and then getting frozen. It's very unfortunate. And so Inteleon is able to finish off the Articuno. What a decision. I actually talked to the coach of the Storm Watchers, Justin, and it seemed like he added Inteleon last minute, and it appears to be a good choice so far. We will see what our opponent, or their opponent, not our opponent. I'm seeing it from like this side. Right, we can fast forward it a little bit. Sends in the Meowscarada. I don't know speed tiers off like the top of my head, so I don't know whether or not the Inteleon outspeeds the Meowscarada or not. So if he does go into the Tornadus or any Pokemon, you do have to watch out for a knockoff, because the boots on Tornadus could be very valuable if he does want to set up hazards. Alright, so N, the Tornadus T, comes in on probably an anticipated shiny, by the way. Anticipated Flower Trick, so that's good switch in. Turns into that grass type. Such an elegant move. So not very effective. Does get the crit like it's supposed to. Okay, so the Bleak Wind Storm comes in. I'm glad we were able to read the description because I didn't really know what it did. I'm not super familiar with it, but the Jirachi comes in on the Bleak Wind Storm. And it looks like there's a chance to lower speed, and he gets it. So 100 base speed Jirachi, and leftovers is the shown item. And it looks like knockoff is going to be a great option to stop this thing from healing, and takes it just above half. And so this thing's going to start setting up some Calm Minds, which can be quite scary. But it seems manageable now, especially since the speed was lowered. So these Storm Watchers shouldn't have too hard of a time. Was that a crit? Oh, I knew. I was going to say, that should not have done as much damage without a crit there. Oh, and he hangs on with 12 HP. I think he should get the heck out of here. Tornadus has that regenerator. So he did go for the knock, which actually is the better play. I was thinking, oh, he should have just U-turned. But now the Tornadus has a chance to outspeed something and then get a U-turn off or just hard switch. Yeah, because you definitely want that regenerator to heal yourself up a little bit. So the Jirachi is down. That was just looking at the team matchup. That was a hard Pokemon on the Storm Watcher's end to handle. There's a lot of resists. Okay, all right. So next comes the Dragapult. Dragapult also a very, very good Pokemon for Draft League. Very fast. So I would recommend just a hard switch here. We'll see what Justin does. You know, I have the power to fast forward this. I'm going to fast forward it a little bit. Looks like he's contemplating a switch-in. So N goes back. And who does he select? Go Rain. In comes the Politoed, setting up that Drizzle. Great shiny, by the way. And it appears this thing is slightly defensive, because he eats that for breakfast. He eats them little dreebies. Savage. Goes for the Hex. Looks like this thing is mixed. As Rain goes for the Ice Beam, takes just over half. So, oh my god, what? That is the second freeze. What is going on here? You got two separate freezes. It's very unfortunate for the Honeybuns, as he does not thaw out. And then Rain KOs with another Ice Beam. That was wild. Two freezes. Two freezes on Ice Beams. That's like 10%. And the move is click like 3 times, I believe. So that's like 2/3 of the time getting freeze at 10%. That's nuts. So the Meowscarada comes back in. This thing is obviously threatened out by this. So I would expect a switch. Yeah, I would expect a switch unless he's feeling just to sack this thing, which wouldn't be the worst thing, honestly. Doesn't do too much to the rest of the team. He gets outsped by everything, so I would say that's a good sack, because all he has left is Serena, Sandy Shocks, and Meowscarada. Sandy Shocks outspeeds, kills. Serena outspeeds, kills. So I think that was a good play. I think that was a good play. Get a good look at nicknames here. We got Santabot, Lane, PDA. We also get a glimpse of the item choices here. Alright, so the Santabot comes in. This thing's definitely going to outspeed with the booster energy, assuming it boosts speed. Special attack was hyped. Okay. I don't know if this thing naturally outspeeds. I'm not familiar with speed tiers currently, especially if it's not my team. So the Meowscarada does outspeed. Okay, Santabot. Alright, Santabot goes down to Meowscarada. So just like I was saying, I think it needed the speed to the speed Quark Drive to be able to snag that KO. And then I think the Meowscarada is going to outspeed this as well. And it appears to me that knockoff is the freest thing. We'll see. He goes for the Tailwind, which is a smart play if he survives. Or goes for a different move. Okay, so that leads me to think... I don't think it clicked anything else other than one single move, so it's probably choiced. Choice banned, most likely. Because if it was scarfed, I guess it was a possibility. Could have killed. Okay, so U-turn is a nice pivot move for Tornadus. Gives it that regenerator. And then what wants to come in next? Got lame, first try, PDA. Family of 4. Alright, so it looks like lame is coming in, and given the move sets, it seems like this thing's going to want to set up some screens. Takes a play rough, lowers his attack, not that it needs it. So I think going for a Reflect is a good play there, because he has Meowscarada and Serena to deal with, so those are going to be pretty good. And the fact that he lives is nuts, because now he has the opportunity to get a light screen off, which is going to really benefit the matchup against Sandy Shocks. So Regieleki goes down, gets kicked in the face. All right, so we have a 3-on-3 situation. It's a close match. It's a close match. I'm honestly kind of shocked that there's no focus energy on the Inteleon, given that it's the sniper one with the scope lens. But I would assume that the moveset was needed for coverage. I would think Mousehold is the Pokemon to go into. Yep, Mousehold. Does have the Reflect and the light screen up. Sorry for the ding. And that's shiny, by the way. And let's see what this thing goes for. Goes for the Tidy Up. Mousehold sweeping up the field there. Looks a little dirty. Didn't look that dirty, but apparently it was. Trap kick. Lowers its attack. So it still has the speed. Man, my phone's just blowing up. So we see the terrestrialization from the Mousehold. Okay, and I just had to make sure that that was the actual Terra Captain. It is allowed, so these population bombs are going to do just an insane amount of damage. Alright, so Meowscarada takes out, or not Meowscarada, the Mousehold takes out the Serena. Then in comes the Sandy Shocks. I don't believe there are any resistances. I was honestly looking at my paper, so I don't know if this thing got a booster energy or not. Go ahead and roast me in the comments. Not paying attention to my own battle that I'm supposed to be watching. Oh, he gets Crunch. Okay. I thought he only had access to Fight. Alright, so let's see this population bomb. It's not going to need 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 is all it takes. Even at a neutral attack. Alright, so Mousehold takes 2 names. And all that's left is the Meowscarada. Now, This should reveal if this thing is either scarfed or banded. I believe it's banded based off of what is going on. But it also could be scarfed. Find out here in a second. All right, Flower Trick. That thing is scarfed. Thing's gonna throw some flowers, crit and kill poor little Mousehold. But Mousehold did Mousehold things. Took at least 2 names before it went down. Okay, now it's a 1-on-2 situation. I do not believe a Flower Trick kills this. I did not see what move he went for. Okay, I think that's going to be at least a 3-hit KO. Gets a Tailwind up, so now it'll outspeed. And then we will see. Okay, knockoff. That's good play. That way you're guaranteed to outspeed. Okay, so one thing you have to watch out for is a possible Sucker Punch. The Reflect wears off, so you almost should have went for the Bleak Wind Storm. We'll see if this thing carries Sucker Punch. It does not. And the Bleak Wind Storm gets the KO. And that is the match. Tornadus gets second kill. And that is the match, guys. Whew, that was a close game. That was a close game there. That Meowscarada at the end with the Tornadus matchup was pretty close. It could have gone either way. It really could have. Just depending on the move slot that was used and if that thing carried Sucker Punch and all that. There's a lot of variables, but great battle nonetheless. I think that was definitely the closest battle we've had this week. And definitely came down to the wire. So great battle, you two. And that wraps up week 1. This is the final one. And we start off week 2 starting tomorrow. All teams will now get access to some trades, some drops, and some Terra Captain switches if they so choose. So next week could be a lot different, you know, team-wise. So if you are familiar with a content creator's team or you're a fan of somebody's team, it could be subject to change. So stay tuned, guys. Thanks for watching. And more videos will be up this week. So thanks a lot for watching, and peace.